You're watching Let's Chat.
Saving money to live out your retirement dreams is very important. I'm so glad to have with me in the studio today my friend Corey Rick, owner of Long-Term Care Planning. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Corey.
Thank you, Andy. It's a pleasure to be here.
So you decided to write a book called Long-Term Care Planning. Do you know all you need to know? Why is this such an important book?
Well, I think like a lot of people, I had multiple personal experiences in my family. My mom and dad did not do the planning for long-term care. The issue presented itself. And then my siblings and I found out that when your mom and dad don't plan for the care, the kids become the plan. And so people are talking about the stock market, the economy, and inflation, and perhaps rightfully so, but the one thing that they may not be considering is their health. And what happens to their family, their plan, and their income if they need long-term care and they need care at home, adult daycare, assisted living, or the nursing home. And so the book, I really wrote the book to help people understand more about it. You know, I've had my organization for 25 years. It's all I do. And I actually built a link called lets-chatt.com where people can go online, get a free complimentary copy of the book, and get it to them and start their education now.
So this is a complimentary copy, and this is a heavy-duty book.
It is.
That's
yes.
fantastic.
Thank
so
you.
as this population grows, how big of a problem do you think long-term care planning is?
Well, I think 10,000 people every day turn 65, Andy. And the statistics say that 70% of them will need some form of care at some point. And longtermcare.gov says that every 66 seconds somebody is diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And so it leaves people with questions, and I wrote the book so people could get their questions answered, and I developed the link, usltcresources.com, so people could get a free copy of it and start their education on long-term care.
Well, what should our viewers do if they're concerned about this? And you had told me last time this isn't just for the individual that's aging, it could be for their children too, to plan. So how can they get a hold of this? What if they're concerned about this?
Well, I think they can start by getting a copy of the book at usltcresources.com. I think if they're concerned, they need to get their questions answered. Everybody, at the very least, should sit down with someone that's knowledgeable, that understands this, and will at least answer their questions. And so the reason I've focused the rest of my career on this for the last 25 years is my mom and dad didn't do the planning.
Right.
And everybody that I interact with, I treat as I would expect my mom and dad, if they were still here, to be treated. You know, so we take a high approach to education, try to get people's questions answered. And really, the first part about this is people need to understand, well, what are the costs?
Right.
So in Tennessee, if home care can be about $60,000 a year on average, the nursing home can be $90,000 to $100,000 a year on average. And so part of it is the education and understanding, okay, hey, I probably will live a long life. Look at how medicine has progressed. Okay, and if I live long enough, is it reasonable to say that I might need some help at some point? And finally, what my clients say is, hey, I want to address this long-term care issue because of the emotional and physical damage that it can do to people that have to pick up the pieces and help out. But there's also a secondary set of consequences, and it's financial. And so the people that I talk to that haven't done the planning, I say to them, well, where's the money going to come from if this issue presents itself to you? And they say, well, I probably will use my IRAs. Well, there are multiple strategies to reposition some of those IRA monies and put it into a plan that can either take the issue of long-term care completely off the table or a portion of it. And of course, the people get to take advantage of the gains in the stock market over the years as well. So as a result, they can protect their family, their plan, and their income by doing that. And so we teach people basically three things. One, do you think you'll live a long life? And most people are going to say, yeah, I'm trying to do that. And I know if you have one of these watches, you're probably trying to do that. The medicine has gotten better. So number one is almost a certainty. Step two is, hey, if you live long enough, is it reasonable to say that you might need some care at some point? Well, that's reasonable. And step three is, hey, if the long-term care issue and its associated challenges present itself to you, do you realize it's not about you? It's about the emotional and physical damage that it does to the people that have to pick up the pieces and help you. And secondarily, there's that secondary set of consequences, and it's financial. So if we could teach you some strategies to leverage some of your resources,
Right.
to take the issue fully or partially off the table, is that something we should take a look at?
Definitely. You're a great teacher and very patient, Corey, and your passion shows that you're willing to offer a free book to help take that burden off. So everyone needs to head over to usltcresources.com, up there on the screen, for their copy of Long-Term Care Planning. Do you know all you need to know? And get in touch with Corey Rick about taking care of this very important situation you don't want to put off. Thank you again so much for coming on, Corey.
Thank you, Annie, for your time. I appreciate it.
Sure.